Welcome on board Scenic Eclipse. This is your remarkable journey, an adventure starting in Vancouver, Canada, making our way north through the Inside Passage of British Columbia towards our final destination of Anchorage, Alaska. We will be going through one of the largest temperate rainforests in the world, exploring on Zodiac cruises, getting up close to the wildlife, and taking our beautiful ship along the scenic and beautiful fjords of Alaska. We look forward to this being a fantastic cruise, exploring this amazing part of the world and seeing what adventures we can discover. And once again, welcome on board Scenic Eclipse.
Today marks the start of an exciting adventure as we depart from the busy harbor of beautiful Vancouver, Canada. We're going to sail on the Inside Passage and take in majestic scenery on this gorgeous sunny day. Such a beautiful day to start our adventure. We have clear skies, perfect conditions to embark on a fantastic journey.
During the past 2 days, we've enjoyed incredible conditions as the Scenic Eclipse makes her way north along the Inside Passage, heading towards Southeast Alaska. The reason the ship can do this is because these are fjords and sounds that have been carved by glacial ice over the past several millennia. And during the height of the Ice Age, this whole area was covered with ice, and it's eroded down and then created islands once the ice melted and sea level began to rise in these areas. And that's why this is one of the most protected waterways in the entire world, to be able to go all this way farther north in protected waters. So we've also been enjoying incredible weather as we're making our way north. Not a cloud in the sky. It's a spectacular way to see the Inside Passage from Vancouver all the way up to Southeast Alaska.
So for the first part of our trip, we'll be traveling through the Tongass National Forest. The Tongass National Forest is the largest temperate contiguous rainforest on the planet. At 17 million acres, it's absolutely enormous. It's one of the most amazing places on the planet, I think. So the trees here of the Tongass National Forest are fairly simple. So those particular trees are cedars, alders, spruce, and hemlock. Those are trees that are able to live in a rainforest. They're able to live with poor soil conditions and lots of rain. So the forest itself is lush, full of all kinds of different plants and animals, from the forest floor all the way to the tops of the trees here. So the Tongass National Forest is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. And we've had the opportunity to travel through this place and, stop at a few different places and just get a glimpse at what the entire forest is made of.
Last night we crossed Chichagof Strait and this morning we came to Baranof Island into the town of Sitka. And wow, what another beautiful day. Today, we visited a few animal rescue facilities. Our first stop was the Alaska Raptor Center. The Raptor Center is a place that rescues all bird species, but primarily raptors. They will collect and help nurse injured eagles and bring them back to health. And if they are releasable, they will release them back into the wild. After the Raptor Center, we visited the Fortress of the Bears. This is a bear rescue facility where they rescue bear cubs whose mothers have been killed. At the Fortress of the Bear, they have both black and coastal brown bears. With both species there, really nice. We get a good view of both of them, kind of acting in a semi-natural environment. So we're taking advantage of another amazing and sunny day. It's been a great experience, and we've had a great time here today in the town of Sitka, Alaska.
So we've been seeing quite a few different seabirds, and around the area, they're relatively abundant. We've been seeing a few kittiwakes, black-legged kittiwakes, as well as common murres. One of the easiest ways to tell the difference between a kittiwake is that they're a very clean-looking gull, so they have like kind of a smooth head, yellow bill, and they're called black-legged kittiwakes, and so an easy tell is that they have black legs, but they also look like they took their wings and dipped them in ink. So sometimes kittiwakes will use isolated islands to nest on as well. What that does is it allows them to be successful by not having to worry about predators. Most of the predators that might be around might pick off a few, but usually it's just other birds around. So they can all use that island to nest on. So common murres are pretty incredible birds. And so these birds resemble a little bit of a penguin. So the common murre can dive in excess of 600 feet. Really incredible diving birds, and they're fast enough to swim underwater using their wings to catch fish. We had the chance to see kittiwakes and common murres today on a trip, and it was really amazing to be able to see them up close in large abundance and really kind of see what Alaska has to offer so far as seabirds go.
As we're heading up the coast of Alaska, we'll be encountering a lot of glacial ice along the way. And glacial ice forms from snowflakes high up in the mountains that accumulates in an ice field, and all that pressure from the weight of the snow will eventually compress it into ice. And we will have the chance to go visit the largest tidewater glacier in North America. It's called the Hubbard Glacier. This is actually the biggest tidewater glacier in all of North America. It's about 7 miles wide from one side to the other, so it's pretty massive. And believe it or not, up at the face, that ice is about 400 feet tall. A lot of these ice, they form almost like sculptures. It is. And you can see on a day like today, it's sort of melting and glistening. Oh, there's a big piece coming off. And you can feel that boom. This is a very special place that we're in, and it won't last forever. These glaciers aren't going to be here forever, and it's just such a special thing to be able to come and visit this place, see it with your own eyes, experience it, smell it, feel the wind on your face. You can really take home the magic of this place, the beauty of this place, and just the grandeur of it all.
As we made our way up through Southeast Alaska into South Central, we've seen amazing wildlife, and a lot of that has to do with the productivity of Alaskan waters. We've seen a lot of humpback whales while we've been up here, and a lot of these whales are actually born in Hawaii. And so what's really fun is to see them migrate from Hawaii to Alaska, the feeding grounds. So they're here to feed on krill and other small fish, and because of the nutrient-rich waters, it's a prime feeding location for them to survive and thrive. During the winter months, when they're mature enough, they'll make their way down to the breeding grounds and they will reproduce. And so that will be either in Hawaii or in Mexico. Another species that we were able to see while we were out here are the orcas. And we were lucky enough on this trip to see some transients. Transient orcas do mammalian predation, and so they feed on things like harbor seals and Steller sea lions. They have a solid patch behind their dorsal, and they typically live in smaller groups. They do work together when they hunt, and I've been lucky enough to see Steller sea lions getting hunted by transient orcas. What I hope that everyone is able to take away is just the brilliance of Alaska and how unique and wild this place is. All the wildlife that we see is exactly where they should be, doing exactly what they should be doing, and we're just visitors in this amazing space to be able to see them hunt and live and just be a part of these wild spaces.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, sadly, all good things must come to an end, and we are nearing the end of our voyage. We have seen some spectacular scenery, some amazing wildlife, and some brilliant entertainment. We have had a fantastic voyage here. We've made memories. We've seen beautiful places in Alaska, in British Columbia, and all over. I hope to see you all very soon, and once again, thank you so much for choosing Scenic.